Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Here we go, here we go.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Check 3, check 3. Slam, slam.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
10 more yards. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Watch the run, watch the run. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Let's go.
Block working out of the gun. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Eagles have recovered. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
Come off the ball hard.
Hurts. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard. Here's Hurts. That's complete to Hightower. And he is going to... They're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Catch number 44 of 21-0 our score after 1.
We got this.
21.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check 45's the mic. Check 45.
But first down, Hurts.
It's just me and you.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Here I come. Here I come.
Second down, here's Hurts. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
You got nothing.
60 Bison.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Travis Fulgham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they retain their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Eluding the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Operating from the gun, Locke. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this returnable for Rager. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
45's the mic, 45's the mic.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
49.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Rager, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
The kick is good.
Extra point safely through. And the route is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Good job, D.
You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And bring it.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Tight end's right. 3 down.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 54.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
Shotgun snap to give to Lindsey. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On play. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Come on, fella.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, block. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Here we go. Check hot route.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. This is the tight end fan. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Kill.
Operating from the gun. Lock. That's going to be caught by Judy. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. There's some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Watch the safety.
From the gun, Lock. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
They'll go for it. It's Lock. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles defense able to hold. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach. Back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. On the ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Ready. Check mine.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Mike 5-5.
Operating from the gun. Block. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Here comes Rager. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The holding penalty and negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
At the 24.
Watch the twist. 45. Mike, 45. I got it.
Throwing is Hurts. This ball complete to Rager. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Watch the pass. 45.
He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. This is
That's what it is, baby. That's what it is.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Travis Fulgham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are pouring it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Let's get off the field, D.
Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This will be taken in by Hightower. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
He runs.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep.
Here we go.
At the 6-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. John Hightower. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles continue to roll.
The kick is good.
And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Eagles 56, Broncos nothing. Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off.
Oh, you got to feel it, baby.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick-6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Tight left. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line.
Get ready.
45-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Who?
You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly
That
clear
is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Come on, D. 46.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And some room to work. Oh, some strong running. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
You got it, son. Mike's 47.
A quick throw into the hands of Rager. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. The 70 Lions.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Forced out to his left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And this offense is running away with this one.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Man up, D. Kill.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
18 Rattler.
Pull it together. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At the 49-yard line.
70 Lions.
Army up.
Go, Rig. Go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Single receiver. Hey, check.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he will have a Broncos 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Back him up.
I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Ain't no such
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
19.
Touchdown, defense.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 19 tight. 19 tight.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Ready? Hiking 18. Street.
Like that. Just like that.
Watch that.
Back to throw again. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get 1 score closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor, 75 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
2nd and long. He'll get this one to Patrick. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now
This is my mode, baby.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Let's go.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
45.
They go play action with Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Defensively, you've got the nice lead here in the fourth quarter. You're saying, if they want to get a run of a little over 10 yards, that's okay.
I hear what you're doing there, and I think you're onto something. They've loosened up on defense, so don't get fooled by the nice runs you're getting now. You've got to get bigger plays, possibly think about throwing the football a bit more here.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Keep it out. Check Mike, 20. 70 Ranger.
And that'll be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. And it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Hey, check Mike, 26. Check that. Street. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Again, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked off near the 42. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
31, check 31.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check.
Another run by Lindsey. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hey. Check your hot read. Rig alert. 18, Pioneer.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
45's the mic.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love that you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Give them a couple on the scramble. It's second down. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Mike 50. I'm going back to you.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Darius Slay with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Come on, D.
Here's Hurts to throw. Powerful running.
I'm coming.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check, check.
Hiking 18.
Joker.
Second down, here's Hurts. Buying time to his left. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
55's mine, guys. 55.
Hey, pick your game up.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
You better bring it.
He's coming.
Panther Street. Panther Street.
Coming, double up. Switch.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed as 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept that, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Eagles, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Denver, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.